Hello coders, I hope you are coding well. In the previous video, we created goal entity and related file structure like DTO, service and repository in our Spring Boot application. And in today's video, we will create post goal API and then we will test this in the Postman. So let's get started. So in our Spring Boot application, first of all, we need to create a method in the service, and to do this we will open goal service implementation, and in this class first of all we need to inject goal repository, and to do this we will write private final, and after this we will mention goal repository, and we will import this from fitness tracker server dot repository package, and after this we will name this as goal repository. And after this we need to create a new method, and this method will return goal DTO, and we will name this method as post goal, and in the params of this method we will accept goal DTO, and we will name this as DTO. And in the body of this method we need to create a new goal, and after this we need to get the data from the DTO, and we need to set the data in the goal entity. And to do this, first of all we need to create an object of the goal, and we will name this as goal, and after this we will initialize this with new goal. And now we need to set the data in this goal, and first of all we need to set the description, and to do this we will write goal and we will call dot set description method, and in this we will use DTO and we will call get description. And after the description we need to set the start date, so we will write goal dot set start date, and in this we will use DTO and we will call get start date method. And after the start date we need to set the end date, and again we will use goal and we will call set end date method, and in this we will use DTO and we will call get end date method. And at the end we need to set the achieved, and to do this we will again use goal and we will call set achieved method, and on the creation of the goal should not be achieved, so in this we will pass false. And after this we need to save this goal, and to do this we will write a return statement and we will use goal repository, and after this we will call save method, and in this we will pass goal. And after saving the goal we need to convert it to the DTO, and to do this we will call get goal DTO method. And as you know, we created this method in the previous video, and in this method we are converting goal entity to the goal DTO. Now let's go back to goal service implementation, and in this let's copy this, and after this we will open goal service and we will paste it here. And after this we need to create an endpoint to call this post goal method, and to do this we will right click on our controller package and we will choose new Java class, and we will name this class as goal controller. And after this we will annotate this class with @rest controller annotation, and after this annotation we will add the annotation of request mapping, and for the URL we will set it as /API, and after this annotation we will add the annotation of a required args constructor from Lombok, and at the end we need to add cross origin annotation, and for the URL we will give it as static. And after this we need to inject goal service in this controller, and to do this we will write private final, and then we will mention goal service and we will name this as goal service. And after this we will start writing a new method, and this method will return response entity, and we will name this method as post goal, and in the params of this method we will mention @request body annotation, and after this we will mention goal DTO and we will name this as DTO. And in the body of this method we will write a try block, and in this try block we will write a return statement, and after this we will use response entity, and then to set the status we will call dot status method, and in this we will use http status and we will return this as created. And after this to set the body we will call body method, and in this we will use our goal service and we will call post goal method, and in the params of this method we will pass DTO. And with this our try block is completed. Now we will write catch block, and in this we will catch exception and we will name this as E, and in the body of this block we will write a return statement and we will again use response entity, and to set the status we will call status method and we will use http status, and for this we will return this as internal server error. And after this, to set the body we will call dot body method, and in this we will return e dot get message, and at the end we will annotate this method with @post mapping annotation, and for the URL we will give it as /goal. And with this our post goal API is completed. Now let's run our application. And as you can see, our application is up without any errors. Now let's go to the Postman and let's test our post goal API. And in the Postman, for the request type we will give it as post, and after this we need to give the basic URL, and we will give this as http localhost 8080, and after this we need to give the controller URL which is /API, and at the end we need to give the endpoint URL which is /goal. And after this we need to set the body, so we will open body tab, and from these options we will select raw. And for the data, first of all we need to give the description, and I will give this as run 5 miles every day. And after the description we need to give the start date, and I will give this as today's date. And after this we need to give the end date as well. And with this our request data is completed. Now let's click on this send button to call the API, and as you can see we got the status as 201 created, and in the response body we got the data of the goal which got created, and in the data we got the ID as 1 and the achieved is false, and rest of the data is same as the request data. And now let's go to our workbench and let's verify this entry. And in the MySQL workbench, in the fitness tracker DB, we will open the data of the goal table. And as you can see, we got the one record with the ID 1, and the rest of the data is same as which we gave. And that's it for today's video. In the next video, we will create goal component in our Angular application. And after this, we will create goal reactive form as well.